Yeah. 500 BC and I'm already a hot. Every general after me studied what I said. Not because I was loudest, not because I bled the most, but because I understood what my enemies never know. Know yourself first, that's lesson one. Know your enemy second before the battle's begun. Know the terrain, know the weather, know the hour. Knowledge isn't weakness, knowledge is the tower. They gave me an army, the king of Wu said, prove it. I said discipline is everything, let me demonstrate it. Brought the concubines out, gave them each a spear. The court started laughing, by the end there was no laughter here. When the order isn't followed, the commander failed. When the order is explained and still derailed, it's not a soldier problem, that's a discipline hole. I took two commanders, made an example, took control. This is the art, the art, the art. Every war begins and ends inside the heart. Map the mind before you map the land. The greatest move is one they don't understand. This is the art quiet and complete. I already won before we ever had to meet. You're thinking about the battle, I'm thinking about the peace. Supreme excellence is knowing when to cease. Yeah. Our warfare is deception, write that on your wall. Appear weak when you're strong, appear strong when you fall. Let them think they're chasing, let them think they lead. A patient man with purpose never shows his speed. The best sword is the one that stays inside the sheath. The best general is the one his soldiers never see. Moving armies like water, finding every crack. Pressure without warning, no way to push back. I never lost a battle, not because I was brave, but because I never fought one I hadn't already saved. Every outcome calculated, every variable weighed. By the time the drums were beating, I'd already been paid. 36 stratagems, 13 chapters deep. The kings who ignored me lost everything in their sleep. The ones who listen, who rose history knows the name. 2,500 years and we're still playing my game. This is the art, the art, the art. Every war begins and ends inside the heart. Map the mind before you map the land. The greatest move is one they don't understand. This is the art quiet and complete. I already won before we ever had to meet. You're thinking about the battle, I'm thinking about the peace. Supreme excellence is knowing when to cease. Yeah. You wanna beat your enemy, stop looking at your enemy. Look at yourself, every weakness, every tendency. They will find it before you do if you don't find it first. A general who doesn't know himself is already the worst. Attack where they are empty, avoid where they are full. Move like water, take the shape, know when to pull. Never the same formation, never the same ground. The moment you're predictable is the moment you found. Speed is the essence, don't give them time to think. Strike before the fortress rises, before the ink dries on the strategy, but never out of rage. Emotion is the enemy of every winning sage. I set down my brush, the 13 chapters done. Not a word about glory, not a word about the sun. Every word about winning and the space before the fight. The art of war is really just the art of being right. This is the art, the art, the art. Every war begins and ends inside the heart. Map the mind before you map the land. The greatest move is one they don't understand. This is the art quiet and complete. I already won before we ever had to meet. You're thinking about the battle, I'm thinking about the peace. Supreme excellence, supreme excellence is knowing when to cease.